Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at 𝗕𝗃 and specifically the price action of 𝗕𝗃 token. So as we get into this, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really appreciate that. If you are new, subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss another update. Right, let's talk about most recently what's going on with the price action here for Polygon and 𝗕𝗃. So obviously this is the weekly chart. We are paired up with USDT and Binance is our data source. The first thing we have to acknowledge is there is about 578% in gains still to be had here, as we are talking about 𝗕𝗃 going up to about $9.48. That's the price target and the price expectation according to the 4.236 extension level of the Fibonacci. Now this runs from the all-time high down to the correction of this bottom of the C wave here. So everything is looking pretty good on this weekly chart for 𝗕𝗃. So everything's looking pretty good. And I think ultimately this is going to be a pretty good price expectation for many who were, getting really early into this project. I remember Chris talking about 𝗕𝗃 way back in 2020, and it was significantly lower in value, right? You're able to get a freaking steal all the way down here, for example, right? So right now to see it up there at $1.42 is fantastic. But obviously to see the price expectation at $9.48 is also really, really good. Now we can see that there's plenty of room to grow on our stochastic RSI as well. Loads of room to grow on this weekly chart. We're only at 39 and 29 retrospectively on the fast and slow lines. So lots of room to grow to the upside over the next few weeks and months. So lots of things to look forward to on this long-term vision for 𝗕𝗃. Now, obviously, we have had a pullback in the last week, which is fantastic. And I know that sounds weird to say for many people who are invested in the project, but you cannot move up in straight lines forever. So you do need to see these good corrections come in, and we'll get into those smaller timeframes to show you just why. So let's actually do that right now. Let's actually jump down into our daily. Okay, and with the daily chart, what we can do is obviously see what's been going on most recently. We find ourselves really heavily concentrating now on the 382 area. This is the $1.41.8. Okay, cent area. This is some area that we were finding that was a good area of support for us before, and it was support and resistance over here before really going down to these lower areas. This is where the 236, the $1.11 area was a resistance for us as we were trading across it, and like this. Now, this is a key thing. If we can hold this area here, we should be in a pretty good position to move on up and take out this resistance level that actually comes in at $1.66. Okay, so some pretty good stuff, I think, on the horizon for the next few weeks on 𝗕𝗃 and Polygon here. I think that's going to be quite well. And obviously, the real key thing that we're looking for is to get a closed candle above $2.26. Okay, so we've got a bit of work to do to get there, but that's going to be the big bull flag that really sends this off to the next level. We can also see that the stochastic RSI is, of course, nice and low. It's down there at 20 at the moment, almost oversold, and I think we've actually started to see some correction since it was down as low as 5.9. Okay, so right now this is actually reasonably low for us and plenty of room to grow. Now what we need for that to really take off is good sentiment and good market. We can see here that the volumes have actually been decreasing over time, so they haven't been performing overly well. So we need to see this actually increase, and we need to start to see that good volume come in, that good sentiment to come in. Now what we'll do is just go down into the hourly in a moment and see exactly what is going on there, and see whether or not we are looking bearish or bullish in the short term. Right now this daily chart is looking very good, but obviously we want to confirm everything is also lining up nicely on our hourly. So let's jump down to the hourly chart. Here again we can see that volume really isn't doing too much. It is quite low. We actually just shoot this up, and we'll just take a look at what's going on with these candles. Now I can obviously see that we're up in the overbought area rather than in the oversold area, right? So we are looking for a short-term pullback, and if the volumes continue to go down like this, it would indicate that we are just going to trade sideways across this line. We might fall below it, flip above it, etc., something like this, a bit wavy. Get this nice and low, and then hopefully have that sentiment really positive come in and push us to the next level. Now the resistance that we're seeing right here is $1.60, but obviously $1.66 is the main target up here at this end. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we need to be watching out for. There's an area just up here as well, coming in at 155, and if we also come down to this lower bound just here, we can also see that there's a few areas of resistance most recently just above us as well. So there's lots of support as well, so we obviously have a bit of resistance with lots of support as well. So again, I think we are going to be probably just trading sideways until things line up nicely. Of course, if the markets do turn quite negative, we can of course pull pull right back, but not too far, because although the hourly is up here in the overbought area, we've got to remember that our weekly is also pretty reasonably low. And of course, our daily is to the oversold area as well. So ultimately, there isn't too much more room to actually fall down before we actually push the price up more significantly, okay? But again, it really does come down to that sentiment. If we start to see good sentiment coming in here, then the price will fly. But if the markets have become very fearful, then do expect us to have some negative volumes coming in, and that will help basically just push the price down to this lower low that we're talking about. So overall, I think 𝗕𝗃 is doing quite well as long as we keep to hold the support. I don't think we're going to hold this support right now, so we are going to be looking to potentially come down to maybe that $1.36 seems like a sensible area. If we come down to there, that would be a good strong support that will take us back up above. Okay, so there's some short-term stuff going on here. I think we're going to see some volatility just in kind of this kind of sideways trading motion. But again, that's going to really build up what is going on with our daily, right? Because we are obviously down here, we are looking to build this back up into the more reasonable area. But really, you need to first of all correct that hourly to allow that to happen. Okay, so we are looking to basically maybe have a couple of days just down here, and then we'll talk about going up to that next area, right, of $1.66. And all of this really is just working our way towards this yellow box area here, where we get the closed candle above that 786 area, and then obviously from there it's basically talking about price discovery and moving on to those next levels, right? And in the case of 𝗕𝗃 here, the first target that we are looking for is $4. Okay, and once we get that $4 range, if I can actually set my pencil there, $4 range, and we'll be going after the $6.09, $8.19, and then $9.48. Okay, so there's lots of price discovery here, totaling up 578% in gains still to be had and still on the table here for 𝗕𝗃. Now, if we actually shoot back up into our weekly, we can see the progress that has also happened here for 𝗕𝗃, right? And if we take it from March of 2020 through to May of 2021, we can see that 𝗕𝗃 has gained 42,878% in gains. So significant money has been put into here. Some people have definitely made significant portions of profit on this journey. No matter where you're kind of buying, right? If you were buying right at the low of March 2020 and holding it just over a year, you would have seen that 42,000%. But again, if you're just getting in just any point down here, you would still be doing significantly well as we head up to these fantastic heights of $9.48. Guys, this is a brief update on 𝗕𝗃. Hopefully you have found it useful and informative. If you have, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here. Guys, with this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.